channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. And where there's sadness, ever joy. Oh, Master, grant that I may never see so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. It isn't pardoning that we are parted, in giving to all men that we receive, and in dying that we're born to eternal life. Oh, Master, grant that I may never see so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. And where there's sadness, ever
Born in Sarawak, she is the pride of Malaysia and a name to beat in any diving competition globally. She's the first female to win a medal for Malaysia at the Olympics. It was a bronze at London 2012, before doing one better by winning a silver at the Rio Games in 2016. Although she trains to fall from incredible heights, her sporting career has seen a meteoric rise, soaring above all expectations. In this episode, Catholics at Home speaks with a true Malaysian sporting icon. This is Diving in Faith with Pandelela Rinong. Good morning. My name is Kachang Kevin, and today we have a very special guest for our live show today. Joining me is my co-host, Mark Darren Lee. Hi, Mark.
Hey, hi, Kevin.
Hey, Mark. Are you excited as I am?
Yes, I'm very excited to actually have Pandelela here on the show. I mean, it's something, one of the first, for us here to have a sports person, especially the Olympic medalist, the first female to actually win an Olympic medal to be on our show. It's excellent.
Yeah, and speaking about first, I don't know about you. I've not seen interviews with Pandelela talking about her faith journey and all that. So probably this is a good time, right?
Yes, I think it's an excellent time, and actually we are actually very blessed and proud to have her I mean, as a Catholic and especially representing the faith in whatever she does. So thank you so much to Pandelela for being on the show.
Fantastic. If you're watching this, if you're excited as how Mark and I am, why don't you just type Leila in the comment section, right? If you're watching this and you're excited, I want you to type Leila in the comments. You know what? If you just logged on, why don't you share this post with your friends, share them on Facebook. We're also on YouTube, right, Mark?
Yes. So basically, there's the share function on Facebook, YouTube. Click the share function. Share it with people on WhatsApp, share it with people on your Facebook, or even maybe, Kevin, maybe they could do a live party, a watch party.
Yeah,
So
watch party.
Yeah. So imagine if we got 100 people watching it now. If you click the watch button, watch now, watch party button, wow, you're able to share this. I think an exclusive and one first of its kind. You know what I mean, for us Catholics here.
Yeah, it is exclusive, and we're just getting started, so there's plenty of time for your friends to join in on your Facebook page or YouTube channel. So like Mark said, just share it now, do a watch party, a live party, or whatever. We'll give you time to set that up. All right. In the meantime, continuing with the introductions, I would like to welcome Father Clarence Devadas to join the conversation. Good morning, Father.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Father.
Very good.
We have an Olympian in our midst this morning. All right.
Exactly, an Olympian, who's actually won that real Olympic medal. I used to buy those chocolates quoted like a medal, and buy it.
Yeah.
But our guest today has actually
wrapping.
beaten the real Olympic medal.
Yeah. I'm excited to speak to her, to meet her. Never met really an Olympic medalist before. I don't think so. I've ever met one personally. But at least now virtually, I can say I've met one.
Virtually. Yeah. All right. So I guess why we wasting any more time? Let's bring her on. Our special guest today is Pandelela Rinong. Hello.
Hi everyone. It's nice to meet
Hi,
you.
Leila. How are you?
Good.
I'm going to try this, Leila. Okay, I'm going to try this.
Okay.
Selamat berpagi. Aneh agak amu.
Oh, that's Bidayu.
What did I say?
You said good morning and how are you, right?
Okay, so it did work.
How about this?
Oh, okay. What is that? Hi, Leila. Oni kaba mu? Is that right?
Yeah. It's also saying how are you?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that you
Hmm?
said is another slang of Bidayu.
Yeah, I'm quite cultural, so I know a few slangs.
Good to know.
Okay, before we begin talking about your life journey and the faith, Leila, just tell us how you've been doing during this movement control order, or what have you been doing?
I've been stuck at home and just doing whatever I can, and also try to stay healthy at the same time and stay fit.
How does that work out? I mean, how do you stay fit during the MCO? I mean, we're all struggling with that.
Oh yeah. Basically, my coach will just give me a weekly program that I have to do, and I just follow the program with this and try to adjust according to the limited space.
So you don't do it on Zoom? I see a lot of people today, they are working out using Zoom and where the coaches will look through Zoom to actually advise you and stuff like that and motivate you.
Yeah, he used WeChat video call, but he just because you cannot video call for too long, especially like for me, I have this internet connection problem during this MCO.
Everybody has that.
Oh yeah, okay. Then I'm not the only one then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Before we continue the conversation, let me just remind the viewers, a lot of people just joining in, we reminded them, promoted that, we're going to talk to you this Wednesday morning. So, if you're just watching, why don't you share this post on Facebook or YouTube, click the share button, start a watch party. And we will, if you have any questions for Leila, just type in the comment section and we will try and get her to answer some of your questions. So we're going to make this kind of casual, conversational and interactive. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Leila, tell us more about your hometown, where you're from and what you missed the most.
I'm actually from this small town of Bau in Kuching, Sarawak.
Mhm.
And that's where I was born and also growing up until I was 5 years old. And then what's the next question?
What is Bao famous for besides
Bau
Pandelela Rinong? Yeah, is it famous for anything besides Pandelela Rinong?
Definitely.
used to be a gold mine.
Oh,
Yeah, it used to be a gold mine.
so it looks like we found a gem in Bao, Mark.
Definitely. I think we found gold lah. Hopefully the next one is going to be a gold lah. Next one is going to be gold. Yeah, but also just to remind our viewers, I mean, if you're online, maybe you can do a shout out where you're from, what state are you from, anyone from Sarawak, just say, just do a shout out to the people on your comment box. You know what I mean? We'd like to hear from you all. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So Leila, your parents are still in Bao?
And they are in Kuching right now. They're
In
staying,
Kuching.
living in Kuching. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We've been moved out from Bau like maybe 10 years ago, I think. Yeah.
I see.
What kind of kid were you? Were you like you love to run around and I don't know, just tell us a bit about growing up in Bao and what are the things you used to do?
I used to tag along with my brother, and he's usually the plan maker, and I just tag along. And when I was in the kampong or village, I used to hang out with my cousin and my brother a lot. Yeah. Just to do some fun things after school.
So what are the fun things? Yeah.
What are the fun things? One of them are playing at the waterfall.
Nice.
and then climbing trees, stealing fruits.
Oh, father is
Okay,
here.
so is that a confession now?
Oh my god! Seeing talking with father right now, it's like I'm doing a confession.
Don't worry. I think climbing trees, stealing fruits, we all did it. I also did it when I was young, so we all did it. So, quite a normal thing. So not to worry. Yeah.
All right, that's great. Yeah, Mark.
No, I mean, Sarawak, I mean, I've been to Sarawak a couple of times. I went to Dalat, Dalat, Sarawak, and which is near Muka, and filled with there are lots of rivers, and definitely, I mean, remember chasing chickens. I mean, first time we going to a kampong in the longhouse and stuff like that. And I remember also the jetties. There's where people do their business and all. And then it's a beautiful experience. I mean, stealing fruits, I think, is something very common. I believe you take the boat, go. So that, I think it's a pastime and I think a fun hobby.
Yeah, for me it's fun that time.
Because it's a common thing doesn't make it right either, Mark.
Mark, confession.
I'll be waiting to have you in confession, Mark, soon. Don't worry.
Leila, you said climbing trees and all that, so obviously you're not afraid of heights. And I think if I listen back to some of your interviews, you said that you first dived into a pool even though you didn't know how to swim. Is that true? Why don't you tell us the story?
It's very true actually, because when I was small, my parents used to bring my brother and I to the waterfall or river just to play, like having like a picnic, family picnic. And then even though I don't know how to swim at that time, my father will just like, like how you say, carry me and like trying
Throw you
to
in.
like not throw me in, like swim along with me, like carrying me, like that.
That's
Wow.
cool.
So what happened? I mean, you dived into the pool. I think was it at a camp or a school? And then that's how you got chosen? Yeah.
No, and then when I think after we moved out from Bau, which is also my village, I just studied in this primary school in Kuching. And then one day, this one coach coming to my class and then selected few students for the aquatic sports. And then and then I'm one of the selected. And then I was asked to go for this swimming class 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So I just like follow her order, and then after few weeks of swimming lesson, I think I was not really know how to swim well yet, but I tried to, like, because I saw this one tall building across the swimming pool, and it's actually a diving platform. So I was very curious. So I asked this swimming coach, I asked her, can I try to jump on that platform? And then she said, yes, you can. But because you cannot swim well yet, you have to wear this, what do you call that?
The floats.
The floats, yeah.
Yeah, the floats, yeah.
Arm floats, yeah.
Wear the arm floats, arm floats. So I said, yeah, why not? Because I'm also confident that she will catch me in the water. Yeah.
Ah.
And
So
I think you were 8 years old then, right?
Yeah, I was 8 years old.
Wow.
But wow, so young. But did you know that? When do you know that diving was your thing? You know, like something like a lot of people grew up. They want to be footballers. Like I wanted to be a badminton player. You know, I would dream of playing badminton. You know, and how do you know diving? Because diving is not something common for a lot of Malaysians, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, at the time, I think 20 years ago, people don't even know what is diving.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct. And then I think what was the question again?
How do you know diving was your
Ah,
was the right choice, or was something you wanted to do? Because
I think at that time I just take diving lesson as part of my curriculum activity. But after I trained for 2 to 3 years, I see some positive change in me, and also I built more confidence in myself as I compete in the national levels. And I think also because from the support from my family and also my diving coach, I felt that I can go further.
I think you won your first medal at 11 years old. Do you remember that moment, that competition? Do you remember winning your first medal?
I think it was national age group in Seremban. Yeah, that's where I won my first medal. It's a bronze medal.
Wow. Do you remember that
Yeah.
feeling? What did that feel like?
I remember I was very happy, and then I got like praises from my coach and also my teammates, and they said I can actually try to compete in Sukma, which is like the national level. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I think it's not a sport that many people are inclined towards, isn't it? I mean, jumping off a diving board, the normal aquatics you look at the normal aquatics. There's a lot more people involved in those kind of events. I mean, talk about diving. When I watch the Olympics, there are a few things. I mean, but I don't know much about the sport itself. But I do watch it. but the only thing you look for on TV is that how much your water splashes out. That tells you how good the person is. I do not know about the 2.8 difficulty or 3.0 difficulty. The less water that splashes out, better the diver. So so not many people follow, isn't it? That kind of sport. I think, I don't know. I mean, but it's interesting that you choose this sport.
Yes, Father. I think actually this sport found me. Because
That's
if that
interesting.
coach didn't come to my school, I wouldn't even know about diving also.
Wow, that's God's blessing. I look at it. Wow.
Yeah.
But a lot of people see that the success you'll be doing is like diving and getting the medals and all. But a lot of people do not see the heartaches which you go through, or the way on terms of training. So maybe to the listeners out there, maybe could you share, when you were young until now, how is the training like? Because it's not so simple to be perfect when you dive, you know what I mean? So a lot of preparation is put to it. So how is your training like in every day, you know what I mean, for preparing yourself?
Yes, it's very true. You need like years and years of training in order to like compete for that like few seconds in front of the people. And to me, I think they said you need like 10,000 hours to perfect your skill. Yeah. So I think I took more than that to be where I am now. Yeah. And usually, normally, I will train 6 days a week, 8 hours a day.
Wow. So how many
And
times
only
do you walk up and
rest,
down?
Wow.
I don't know, maybe more than 100 in a day.
Wow.
Depends on the training also.
When you talk about training, like Father said, it's not a usual sports like the swimming events. I guess because you got to do those acrobatic stunts and all that, right? So I suppose, what is the training?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it about doing those acrobatic things, or I don't know, what is the training for a diver?
It's basically like a combination of gymnastic and swimming, something like that. Yeah, because you have these acrobatic stunts and skills that you have to learn and practice, and also and then
So are those gymnastic practices done in a gymnasium or all done in the pool? I mean,
in diving we have diving dry land and also diving pool. The dry land is where you do all the acrobatics, but you land on the mattress, whereas like in the pool you land in the water. And also in the dry land you have this one harness, like the coach will pull you with this what do you call, a rope that tie on your waist, so that you can learn new skills or perfect your skill.
okay. Wow, I never knew that. Oh, maybe something new I learned.
Yeah.
But also, I think being where you are today, I mean, I know like with swimming, I mean, you have to repeat yourself many, many times, same as diving, I believe, up and down. Were there parts before you became a Malaysian champion and a global icon for diving where you felt like, hey, I wanted to quit? Were there like moments where you felt like challenged and you had doubt?
Oh, definitely. Especially when I failed to perform, when I was expected to deliver. Yeah.
So what kept you going?
I think I take the failure as one of the learning process for me, and I take it as a valuable lesson for me to improve myself and to never repeat the same mistake.
Yeah, maybe just to move a little bit away from diving, since we are Catholics at home. So I want to ask you, I came across, at least was shown to me, your posting when you were confirmed. I think you were confirmed. You said 2017, right? You had a very powerful message in your
correct.
Facebook posting about your confirmation that this will make a difference. This will, lead you or spur you on. How has your faith somehow accompanied you in this journey of diving?
As you know, I was born as a Catholic, right? So my parents always teach me that before I start my training, try to pray so that for my protection and also for my safety. So I practice it until I'm growing up. Yeah. So but then I don't really practice like very deep into it. But after some how do you say, some special situation made me realize that I need to go deeper and learn more about this Catholic faith. So that's why I back in 2017 I decided to take this confirmation class.
Did you go through the whole process of the RCIA journey? Because
yes.
you're traveling a lot. So I was just wondering, how did you go through the process?
The RCIA actually helped me to like arrange a special class, because I was, while the normal class I didn't attend because I was overseas competing. So on the special case, they did a special class for me, and and I was the only one, I think, at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's never easy. I mean, if you're a sports person, I believe. I mean, last time when I used to play for even Selangor, we travel to different states, and then you play during the weekends. You know what I mean? And then you have to find time and then to go for mass and all. It's actually quite tough, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah. But for me, I mean, yeah. I just want to ask. So before your dives, how do you? I mean, it gets very nervous. You know, I mean, like I can imagine. You know, I mean, like sleeping at night and then the next day is the big competition. How do you calm your nerves and how do you prepare yourself mentally for the situations like that?
Praying, of course, Mark, praying. She must pray before she dives. I'm sure she prays.
Yeah, I pray before I dive. And especially I will pray very, very hard the day before the competition.
So on the platform you're saying your prayers lah sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So,
Talking about competitions and all that, Leila, in 2012, you were the first Malaysian female to win an Olympic medal. First Malaysian female. You know, how did that make you feel?
Definitely very proud and very happy, not just for myself but also for the country, because it's like a history for me and also for Malaysia. And I think it's one of the achievements that I will never forget.
And since then, I'm sure because you won the first medal, the expectations and probably the expectations of the nation started to increase, to pile on you, and then you won the silver
Yeah.
in the next Olympics. So you know, how do you handle the pressure? I suppose.
Yeah, actually, I was very grateful of this achievement because people are like, especially Malaysians, starts to know about this diving sport, and it's also helped me and also other athletes to get more exposure and more support from the nations, which we are all very happy and very proud also. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You know that,
the next
yeah.
question is
Yeah, no, I mean, like Malaysia has got this sports program. I know Bukit Jalil. I've met some students from there. You know, are there many
Yeah.
who are taking up diving as a sport? I mean, have you inspired other young people to come forward?
I think because diving, I think until now is still not a curriculum sport yet, like athletics or football, right? So I hope that with more achievements to come, there are more youth out there will be inspired to take up diving as a sport, even though this sport can be quite scary.
You wouldn't get me up any diving board to jump off. Yeah. Even though these two guys may try to push me off, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back to the
Yeah, it needs courage to learn this sport actually. Yeah.
So father, you need courage, father. Have faith, father. God is with you.
Sorry, I can't hear.
No, I'm just telling Father Clarence to have faith.
Oh, okay.
Even the temptation of Jesus, when Jesus was asked to jump down the temple, he did not jump down. So I don't think I'm going to jump off any diving board soon.
But Pandelela, just for your second Olympics, yeah, for the second Olympics you went, were you expected? I mean, were you aiming for a gold or silver or bronze, or what were your expectations then?
Back then, all I did was I just hope to do my best, and actually, I expect that I can perform my personal best. I didn't think about the medal actually. As long as I perform my best and I did what I need to do, I'll be happy. And I will be happy with the result, no matter what medal it is.
Wow, that is so tough to do. You know what I mean? I mean, to focus the mind during the moment, I can't imagine.
Yeah, you need to have this kind of balance in order to be be consistent, and also not to be, how do you say, be led by greed.
That's true.
So I suppose, I mean, apart from the actual training, I mean, the diving part of it, I'm sure you go other kinds of training, like, to prepare your mental state. I'm sure there's other things that your coaches also help you with, apart from just jumping off a board. and kind of like fine tuning the skills. But how do you prepare? How do your coaches prepare you for your mental strength? Do you do some special training for those kind of things?
Yeah, I do some visualization for my diving technique, and also meditation. Meditation like for the mental strength. Yeah, and then extra for me, I did some prayer. Like I pray the rosary. Like I try to pray almost every day lah, so that I will be at peace during
Thumbs up
training and
to you.
also competition.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Do you have a special prayer when you're up on the diving platform? Do you have a special prayer that you say before you make a dive?
Usually I will say Hail Mary prayer first, and then I will go with my own maybe my own prayer and what I want to say to God. So yeah.
Leila, as a top athlete, like now, you're always traveling around and training. There's a lot of sacrifices, I'm sure, that you've made all those years. What are the things that you miss that you cannot do often or you never do since you've been a top athlete? What are the things that you miss?
Yeah. Oh, I miss my freedom the most actually. The freedom that normal people can do, but I cannot do.
That's true.
What
And
about things
also
like
the time,
celebrating your
like my
birthday
time
and all
is
that
very
with family?
limited because I spend most of my time in training.
Yeah.
What about things like your
Yeah,
birthday
correct.
and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do
then
you,
also
do you
because
miss celebrating?
my parents and my family, they pardon?
Yeah, just some of the things that you miss since you're traveling. You
Hello?
can't get to celebrate your.
Yeah.
Can you hear? Yeah, you can't get to celebrate your birthdays and all this Easter and stuff like that. Occasions, special occasions. You miss that spending time with your family.
Yeah, I miss that a lot. Like I moved out from Kuching back in 2007, I think, when I was 14 years old. So like I already missed like maybe 13 times or 13 birthdays with my family. Yeah. And usually I didn't even get to celebrate my birthday because it's either I was during competition or I was traveling.
Ah. So how many times do you go back in 1 year to Sarawak?
I used to go back like 1 or 2 a year, but as I grow older, I get to go back often whenever I have some short break in between.
That's nice.
So tell us a little bit
yeah.
about. Everybody is talking about the Olympics. The Olympics being postponed now. I mean, we do not know when the Olympics is going to be.
Yeah.
So what is your normal day like as you prepare for this competition? What do you do? What is your regular schedule like?
Usually, like especially during Olympic year, I'll go to China for like training camp. Like I will stay there for like maybe 1 to 2 months and then come back for a while, renew my visa, and then go back again. And that's how it is because as you get near to the Olympics, you need to be mentally and physically prepared because I believe all other athletes around the world are also ready to ready to compete and to win that elusive medal. So so in order to compete with them, we also need to like level up our game plan, something like that. Yeah. And since Olympic has been delayed to July next year, yeah, I think it's also a blessing in disguise for me as I get to have like 1 more year preparation to like maybe improve whatever that's lacking.
So do you all train with the Chinese athletes? I mean, who will compete in the Olympics, or is it like you all have a separate camp and they have a separate camp?
Actually, we are not allowed to train with the Olympic team, but we can train with other clubs.
I
Yeah.
see, I see.
What
That's
about your
their
diet?
protocol.
What about your diet, Pandelela, as a top athlete? Do you have a strict diet that you have to
Yeah,
follow?
we have to follow. we have this diet that we have to follow, which you cannot eat too much oil, too much of anything lah. Basically balance is the key. You have to eat like all kinds of vegetable and fruits, and also maintain your fat percentage. But you can increase your muscle mass. You can increase, but not your fat.
So Mark, that's not a sport for you, Mark.
Now, I'm sure, Leila, that's very hard to do because as Malaysians, we love our food. Now, let's say if you're not following your diet, what Malaysian food do you like to have? What's your favorite food?
Sambal petai udang. That's my favorite food. And also kolomi Sarawak.
Oh,
I miss that. Yeah. Have you guys tried that?
Do you cook?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned how to cook during MCO. So one of the dish that I learned to cook is Sarawak laksa, and also and also chicken curry.
Wow.
All right. So when this MCU and CMCU all ended, you can cook and invite the three of us to come and try your food.
Yeah.
Not so confident. Scared not up to your taste.
So where did you learn to cook? Did you learn like from how your mother used to cook, or do you follow YouTube videos?
My mom used to teach me how to cook like simple dish like cooking rice, and also cut the chicken and fish. But then the recipe I learned through YouTube and Google. Yeah.
All right.
In terms of your sport, I think I was just thinking, I mean, I don't like to use this word, but as you said, I mean, there are some sports that people consider as glamorous sports. There's a bigger following. Maybe diving has got a very small following, very kind of a niche kind of a audience. If there are young people, who would like to follow your footsteps, what would your advice be to them? I mean, how would you sell this sport to them? What would you say to them?
I think for me as a diver, I really hope that people can try this sport, because it's not only will boost your courage, but also will boost your confidence, and this will also affect your daily life in a positive way. And I think, of course, at first, if you want to try diving, it will be very hard, especially if you're afraid of height. And there's also some difficulty in learning the technique, because it's not really that easy to master. But I think you really need to go to training every day lah. Just practice makes perfect, and never give up actually, and also have confidence more in yourself, and also try to think positive.
No, I'm sure many young people into diving look up to you and follow you. But what about you? Who are your inspirations when you were young and starting in your diving career? Who did you look up to? Who were your idols?
I look up to the overseas divers, like if you know Go Jingjing from China. She's the famous Chinese diver. And and then also Olympics medalist. And after that, I also look up to the US diver David Bodaya, because he's also he's also the Olympic champion, and also Christian, has this Christian faith.
So you see, we all shaking our heads how ignorant we are of the sport, isn't it? I mean, I remember very vaguely, there was a diver I remember watching. Was it Greg?
Louganis.
Yes, Greg Louganis.
That's
the US diver.
That's the only name I remember from watching TV.
Wait, at least you know.
I just realized after asking that question, I just realized after asking that question, I wouldn't know anybody that she's going to say. The only diver I know is Pandelela Rinong.
Yeah,
No,
but
I'm
I'm
not-
impressed that father know about grandest. Yeah.
Because I remember
Good
growing
job,
up,
Anna.
yes, I used to watch the Olympics, and that was the name that, and I think he won many medals. He won many
Yeah.
medals.
He also cut
And
his
he
head,
won
father.
the. Cut his head.
Yeah, while diving, he did a spin and
Yeah.
then yeah.
So many of us
What?
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After he hit his head, then he won the gold medal.
Yeah.
Don't try the same, Leila. Don't try the same.
No. Definitely, I will be more careful and then
Yeah.
pray for protection and for my safety first.
But it would seem to me now that this sport, it's dominated by the Chinese divers. Am I right, or I'm not too sure. It seems to be very popular.
Yeah.
It seemed to be doing very well. Is there some secret? Well, how come they are doing better than many other countries?
Yeah, because they have this big pool of talent, and like for example, in one club, there are like maybe more than 10 potential divers that can basically participate. They are qualified enough to participate in the Olympics, and then there's more than 5 clubs in one state. So it's like a big pool of talents. So
Do we
that's
have-
that's
do we
why
have-
the more
do we
the,
have
the
clubs
more
like
the
that?
talents, the more competitive it is. Unfortunately, we don't really have enough. Yeah, it's like maybe one state, one club,
One club.
one state, one team, something like that. But not every state at all. Yeah, just like few states.
So for this coming Olympics, what would it be your goal this time around? I mean, yeah. How is your mindset prepared? I mean, what do you look for?
I look for is like I always do is to just perform my best and then hope for the best.
That's great.
Yeah. And
Does your family travel with you for the big competitions? Do they come and watch you live?
yeah, my mom went to watch me competing in London Olympics, and then after that 4 years, my parents and my brother watched me competing live in Rio Olympics. Yeah, so they also will come to KL and then watch my competition, national competitions.
Is it better for you when they are there with you?
50-50. I'm excited, but at the same time quite nervous also. As a child, you're also like quite nervous that when you're keep being like when your parents keep looking at you and then you are kind of scared that you make some mistakes, right?
Yeah.
What is it like being in the Olympic Village? You see so many athletes around you. It can be quite overwhelming, isn't it? I mean, you have being part of that large population of top sports people.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming, especially you get to meet all these stars that you will only get to meet in the social media back then. Yeah, then you get to see them live. Like me, I get to meet Novak Djokovic, the tennis player.
Wow.
Well, I was very happy at that time, very excited, and also some other stars, and also when we get to hang out with the fellow athletes also is a valuable and also memorable experience for me.
Talking about the Olympics, right? I can't remember which Olympics it was, but weren't you the flag bearer for Malaysia in one of the Olympics?
Yeah, it was in 2012 Olympic Games in London.
How is that? It looks very heavy. Was it very heavy?
Yeah, it's actually quite heavy. Maybe like 5 kg, I think. 5 kilos.
Wow. And
Yeah.
if I remember, you had a shoulder problem at that time or something. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Actually, like few months back, I got these shoulder injuries from my diving training, and my coach and I was very worried that I wasn't able to hold the flag, and also, I worried that I might slip while or like fall while holding the flag. So there's a lot of overthinking there. Yeah. But
Well,
yeah.
looks like Kevin is your number one fan. He knows everything. He knows a lot of things about you. Wow, Kevin, very impressed.
I was a sports journalist father and also her fan lah. But sports journalists, we have to know all these things.
Okay.
That's something I didn't know. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next year's Tokyo. When you go for Tokyo, you'll be competing in your third Olympics. Not many people have competed in 3 Olympics. You know what I mean? And if you win another medal, I think you will be. I think Lee Chong Wei may be the one who won 3. You know what I mean? So you will be.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you and him will be the only people I think who have won 3 different Olympics. So, wow. I think it's a great thing to achieve.
No pressure, Leila.
No pressure. Actually, it was also one of my teammates, Leong Muni. Also, if she gets to this will be like Tokyo Olympics will be her, I think 5th Olympics, I think. Yeah.
5th. Wow.
Yeah.
So Kevin, I think we have a lot of people also. Pandelela, we would like to share you what the wishes from fans. You know what I mean? So if you have any questions or wishes for Lela, please put it in the comment below, and I think we will display it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the fans involved. This from Kim. Yep. What did Kim say, Mark?
So very congrats, Pandelela. I'm always a great fan of your achievement. I have a newspaper cutting article pinned up on her place. Whew. She's so proud of you.
Oh yeah. I can see that she typed there Pandai and Lela.
Pandai Lela. Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Do you have any nicknames?
My mom used to call me Nong because
Nong?
short form for Rinong lah. My full name is Pandelela Rinong, right?
Yeah.
So my nickname in the family is Nong. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Windy, always trust in Mother Mary's miracle, Dayong.
Dayong. What does that mean?
Dayong is like girl in the Dayong. Yeah.
Wow, we are learning a lot today.
Yeah. You guys learning with Dayu.
Yeah. When
From
she
Molly.
dives, my heart dives too. Wow. Yeah, I you know.
Oh, that
You know when
that's actually
when
my godmother. Yeah.
Say hi
Molly,
to her.
that's my godmother.
She's from SFX, right? Is she from SFX?
Hi, godma. Yeah, she's from SFX, and she actually helped me a lot in walking this faith. Yeah. Yeah, I really appreciate her a lot. I love you, godma.
That's nice.
Shout out to Auntie Molly.
Godma.
Godma Molly.
We have a message from Lucy. Well done, Leila. You're a great example and inspiration to young people, especially to those who are facing challenges in life. Wishing you the very best. Thank you, Lucy. You know, I'm sure, Leila, going through this.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, going through this, Leila, you've got a lot of life messages. You know, what is the life message that you've picked up throughout this journey of your sporting career? Any life messages for you?
Life message, like for
like,
me,
like your motto or something.
My motto is to never give up in achieving your dream. Whatever it is, never give up, and always think positive and try your best, and also keep working hard.
Right,
That's
Mark.
great.
You can get back to playing badminton soon. Come on.
Yeah, never give up. Just
The
don't eat a
veteran
lot of
scheme.
oily food.
No. Maybe veteran for All England.
And also to think positive lah.
Yeah.
Think positive.
So we have a question here. What is your best score, and are you confident to improving that in Tokyo?
Oh, my best score is 385,
Wow.
which I earned back in 2015. Yeah. So I really want to break that target soon and hope that I can make it happen in Tokyo 2020.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry, Tokyo 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Of course, I mean, we
Yeah.
wish you a good Olympics, but I can't help but wonder, but especially with sports people, what are your dreams after when you stop competing?
Yeah.
What would you like to do? I mean, what would you like to occupy yourself with? We're not asking you to stop. Don't worry. We're just asking. At some point, I'm sure competition may not be the priority.
I think as an athlete, yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but I think as a sports person, I think I will never get away from sport, and my dream is to contribute back something to the sport, to Malaysian sport especially, because I can see a lot of potential and also a lot of positivity by participating in sport, which also can also improve your physical and mental health as well. So I think Malaysians should participate and also engage in physical and also sport activities more often.
So maybe we can look forward to a Pandelela diving school.
Maybe just pray for me
academy.
so that it happens.
Just a silly question. Do they have like a statue of you somewhere in Sarawak or something like that?
Oh no,
In
no.
Bau.
Not yet, huh? I think
Or a
we should-
street.
It will be quite weird.
Let's get
It will
a
be quite
petition, a
funny
street
for me.
name.
maybe a street name.
Let's get a street name going.
Oh. Well, I leave that to other people.
Well, I suppose Leila, as a diver, bungee jumping and skydiving is not a problem for you. Have you ever done that?
I tried bungee jumping, but I never tried sky jumping before because in my contract I'm not allowed to do dangerous activity that might affect my sport.
And
So
you consider
try
bungee
that
jumping not
after I retire, maybe.
bungee jumping is not dangerous? Wow.
She's a daredevil, father.
Sorry, can you repeat?
All right. I said you were saying that you're not allowed to do skydiving, but bungee
To me,
jumping.
bungee jumping is like very easy. It's like,
Easy, huh?
like I can close my eyes.
I think you have more faith than I do.
We'll have to say more prayers when we do that.
Oh yeah, bungee jumping is easy. It's easy. Well, I think diving is more scarier than bungee jumping. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Leila, tell us about some of your other interests. I mean, maybe like music. I hear you like you like K-pop music or something. Who are your favorite artists or bands?
Oh, I like K-pop and also some Hollywood. But my favorite artist is Big Bang from the K-pop.
Big Bang. Oh.
Father,
Yeah.
you don't know who that, right?
Totally blank. Sorry. No, not even one name springs up from K-pop for me.
What kind of song do you like, Father?
Oh, I my generation is like a different kind of music. The 90s, 2000, that kind of slow rock music. Yeah. Okay, I mean,
Backstreet Boys,
this is not like the shout out to any station, but if you want to know what kind of music I listen to in my car, it's Light FM. So you know what kind of music I like. Yeah. So
Okay. The relaxed kind.
yeah, things that are not so
Yeah, okay.
stressful.
Yeah.
So Leila, if you were not a diver, what do you think you would have become as your career?
Mm, well, I remember when I was in primary school, teacher used to give this homework, right? Like asking, what's your ambition?
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys also have this kind of homework.
Yeah.
And I think I remember that I put number one ambition is to be a doctor, and then
Mhm.
second one is to be an air stewardess.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because I used
Well,
to envy my cousin. I used to envy my cousin that get to travel by plane.
mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
maybe now you travel more than her probably,
yeah.
and you get to stay longer in
Yeah.
different places.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I was an air steward before, and when I was on the plane on flight, whenever we had celebrities or sports people coming on the plane, we always go to them and get their autograph and the pictures with them. So I'm sure you get a lot of that kind of attention when you go on a plane, huh?
Oh yeah. I also get this kind there's one time that this air steward come to me and said, I'm a big fan of yours. I hope you can do well in your competition. It's really hit me, and I feel very, very happy because there's people that come to me and say it in front of my face. So I was very, sometimes somehow it touched me. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think the one thing about sports, is that it's able to unite people. You notice that whenever there's a Malaysian taking part in a particular sport, everybody's is
Yeah.
behind Malaysia. It's quite interesting actually. I mean, just one experience I remember. I mean, many of you already know that I'm a big Man United fan. Remember when Man United came here to play, against the Malaysian team. Somehow at the end of it, the Malaysians were all supporting for the Malaysian team and not even the club. So I think, sport somehow unites us. That's the beauty of sport, that can bring us together.
Yeah. True. Yeah. That's one of my dream also, to inspire others and to inspire each other to be a better human being.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And also to be
Any more?
humble. Yeah, I think, I mean, a lot of sports people, I mean, a lot of them, sometimes they don't want to take pictures with the fans and stuff like that. So it's great to see you always receptive towards people coming to take photos with you or speak to you. I think that is a very good example for other sports people.
Well, we are coming up to
Thank you very much.
we're coming up to the end of the show, so let's just get any more wishes for Pandelela on the show from our viewers. Deacon has a question. What would you say to Catholic youths to encourage them in faith? For the Catholic youths, what's your message to them, Leila, to encourage them?
I think based on my experience, after I got this confirmation, I actually got tested big time. Like I faced a lot of obstacles that like I never imagined. But then every time this kind of challenge happen, I just pray to God and just talk to God, because sometimes it's very hard to talk to the people, and so all I can do is just talk to God, and then eventually I feel at peace, and also I feel more motivated to go and face the challenges. So I hope that for the youth out there who's practicing Catholics to also have the same faith or bigger faith, and always believe in yourself and knows that you are never going to walk alone. You will always walk with God.
Father, do you hear that, Father?
Ayo.
Oh wow!
Why
You said the wrong words.
Why you said that? You will never walk alone. Why? Mark is the only Liverpool fan here.
That's the final word. I guess Mark is going to cut us off after this.
Speaking about confirmation, Leila, you have to choose a saint's name when you get confirmed. Did you choose any saint's name, or which is your saint?
I I think I already got a saint name when I was born, like when I was baptized. It was Teresa. I was given Teresa. Yeah,
All right.
Teresa. Yeah.
Nice.
Do you know which
something
Teresa?
that I think this is an exclusive revelation, isn't it, of our readers? I think nobody
Yeah.
has heard or name Teresa being associated with Teresa. It's a nice
Yeah.
name.
Yep.
Another comment from Ashley. Describe yourself in 3 words. God bless and all the best in Tokyo. Love you. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Thank you. I would say shy. Shy. Hardworking. And sometimes I wish that like to laugh a lot. Like to laugh a lot.
Yeah, I would have added the word discipline. I think, to be in a professional sport, you need a lot of discipline, I guess, sacrifices that you make, a lot of sacrifices, family, food, all the other things that come along being in a disciplined sport. Yeah, it's a nice thing to have in many ways.
And courageous father. She can do bungee jumping like easily.
Okay.
All right. So once again, Pandelela, thank you very much for being on our show today. We certainly hope you will come back on our show, keep us updated in your career, in your journey. And also, like Mark said at the start of the show there, we're looking for all these role models in our Catholic faith. And certainly if you can come back and join us and, spread more inspiration to the youth and all that, we would certainly love that and love to have you back on the show.
Yes, definitely. And thank you for having me. Yeah, and for hearing about my stories.
Thank you very much, Leila. Pleasure meeting you. Wish you all the best for your preparations for Tokyo 2021.
Okay.
And we'll be
thank
looking
you
out,
very much.
We'll be cheering for you.
Yeah, and please pray for me also.
Yeah, I think that
Thank you.
Well, speaking about prayers, as usual, we like to conclude with a prayer. So before we do our final goodbyes, Father, would you like to say a closing prayer?
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your blessings. We thank you for your graces. We thank you for this opportunity for us to be able to share and listen to Leila, her faith experience, her sporting life. We pray for her today in a very special way. We pray for all sporting personalities in Malaysia, all those who engage in sports. May they be truly ambassadors of unity for our country, ambassadors of peace to the world also. And so bless each one of us that in our own way, we too may contribute to this unity that we all long for. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen.
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 Father,
Amen.
Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, that's today's episode. Don't forget to watch our previous shows on Facebook. Don't forget to share this episode. For those of you who couldn't make it for a live show, it'll be on our Facebook page, Catholics at Home podcast, also on YouTube, and soon on Spotify. We'll put a recording there. So please do share this with all your family and friends. It's not often that we get a sporting icon on our show. So this is going to be a really special show. So just share this out to all your friends and family. Once again, thank you so much, Pandelela Rinong. I'm Kachang Kevin on behalf of my co-host Mark Darren Lee, Father Clarence, and Leila. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Okay. Thank you, everyone.